struggling to lose weight even though you're in the calorie deficit? Well, the secret to reaching your goal weight is actually easier than you think. But what if I told you all the usual advice you hear is completely wrong? Because the real problem isn't just calories in versus calories out, it's how your body responds to what you're doing. And unless you fix these 3 key areas, you're going to stay stuck no matter how on track you are. But if you get this right, you'll see your fat loss start moving again, and without slashing calories or adding more cardio. Let's break down the 3 fixes that make the biggest differences, especially if you've gotten stuck even though you've been doing everything right. Meet Susie, one of my clients. She came to me doing everything right, or at least she thought she was. She was tracking her calories, she was watching her macros, she was hitting the gym, but she wasn't seeing the results that she wanted. I asked her to send over a few days of food logs, and here's what I found. Breakfast was 1 egg, 2 whites, and some cheese. Chicken at lunch, fish or red meat for dinner. Her snacks were nuts and Greek yogurt, classic healthy picks. She thought she was crushing it, but when I added it all up, her protein averaged about 88 grams a day, and that was being generous. The problem? Well, at 5'5", 140 pounds, and about 25% body fat, Susie needed a lot more protein than she was getting. In fact, Susie needed more like 110 grams of protein a day to support fat loss and muscle maintenance. So what's the big deal? Well, without enough protein, your body can't preserve that lean muscle tissue. That's the muscle tissue that's metabolically active, that burns calories all day long for you. And you need that, especially when you have a calorie deficit. So Susie bumped up her protein to where it needed to be, and that one little change got her fat loss rolling again. Yay! Without cutting calories or doing any extra workouts. Now, if this is already helping you connect some dots, then hit that like button. So you're eating healthy, you're exercising regularly, you're really doing your best, and yet every week it feels like a slap in the face. It's tempting to say just forget about losing weight and getting in shape altogether. But what if the issue isn't your willpower, it's the hidden calories slowly sliding under your radar? Well, once you see them, you can fix them without giving up the foods you love. And here's the truth, even the most dedicated people underestimate how much they actually eat. Not on purpose, but with things like serving sizes and oils and sauces and little tastes here and there. It adds up fast, and it's enough to cancel your calorie deficit. Let me give you an example. One of my clients, Chris, came to me after months of tracking his food. He was eating what he thought was a consistent 2,000 calories a day, but his weight hadn't budged in weeks. So I had him log everything, and I had him double check his serving sizes with a food scale and make sure that he actually added in everything, even those little bites here and there. So here's what I found. His daily tablespoon of peanut butter was really a tablespoon and a half, and that was an extra 50 calories. Olive oil when cooking, well, he thought that didn't even count. So that was another 100 calories. A few bites from his kids' meals, well, those could have been anywhere from 75 to 100 calories. The protein bar that he logged as 180 calories, well, that flavor was actually 230. Altogether, it was nearly 400 calories each day that he didn't even realize he was eating. Now, if you've made some of those same mistakes, go ahead and hit that like button or let me know in the comments below. So once we straightened out all the portions, his weight started dropping again within a week. So let me know in the comments below, do you use a food scale, yes or no? You'd really be surprised at how often people think they're in a calorie deficit, but the numbers tell the real story. So if you get stuck even while you're tracking your food, you're not alone. Most people overestimate how accurate their logging is, and they underestimate how quickly those calories add up. But here's the good news. Those 2 fixes alone can get you on the right track. Most weight loss advice tells you that to lose weight, it's just calories in versus calories out. So cut calories and you'll lose weight. But here's the truth, that is completely wrong. Drives me nuts. Dating all the way back to 1944 with the Minnesota starvation experiment, researchers actually found that when you cut calories too low and for too long, your body thinks it's in danger. So it slows down your metabolism to conserve energy, to keep you alive. And when your body adapts to this slower metabolism, you start burning less calories than before. Julie came to me after months of cutting calories lower and lower. She was eating less, she was training hard, but she was still stuck. Even worse, she was constantly tired, her cravings were out of control, and her progress had completely stalled. The classic weight loss plateau. Look, a calorie deficit isn't supposed to be forever. Your metabolism needs a break, and that's where the toggle method comes in. It's a smarter way to shift between a mild deficit and your maintenance mode, so your metabolism stays active, your energy rebounds, and you can continue making progress without burning out. Here's how we got her out of that weight loss plateau. We brought her calories up for 2 weeks. Then we toggled back to a smaller deficit, followed by a third maintenance phase. She quickly broke through her plateau without slashing calories or adding more cardio. Now, if you want more information on the toggle method, be sure to subscribe because I'll be posting a full video on it soon. And once it's live, I'll link it at the top and in the description. So those are 3 common reasons you're not losing weight even though you have a calorie deficit. Number 1, you're not getting enough protein, which means your body can't preserve lean muscle, which is essential to keeping your metabolism strong and burning fat all day long. Number 2, you're underestimating your caloric intake. Make sure you use a food scale to learn the proper portion sizes for the most common foods you eat. And dropping calories too low for too long is actually going to slow down your metabolism and do some serious damage. So instead, use the toggle method to fluctuate your calories and keep your metabolism responsive. So let me know in the comments below which mistake you might have been making and which one you need to fix.